Okay, we're here. Good morning. How's everybody today? So we had a full moon yesterday, which will still be quite active, but it's now the peak. The peak of the intensity is now on its way down. Okay, so we've done the hard work this month. So what do we feel from a full moon? Well, it's Friday, isn't it, today? So Thursday, Wednesday, I was very so emotions, it's like all your emotions, anger, frustration, guilt, self-worth, all of those things right up to the surface. And then we've got sort of our own issues, and then we've got the collective stressful issues. So just say well done. Well done. It was a pretty big one this month. I've been studying a lot about the full moon with my work, and I found that not just the full moon, but a lot of the new moon, the moon cycles. So with my acupuncture patients, obviously I first started to do this with the menstrual cycle with women, and then with mental health. So a few years ago, I obviously noticed that people felt very with the emotional thermostat was like, and then it would come back down again. So not necessarily a particular emotion, but whatever is lying dormant in that person. It's like God just puts it up when it gets a full moon. And actually new moon can be a quite a tricky one as well, but it's a great one. Well, they're both great actually. One, new moon for purging, because it brings everything up and then goes, and then the new moon, when there's a shift and there's a new one coming, it means that we can let go of that old self that had those issues that you've purged from the full moon. And then it's the transformational move deeper into your true self, your higher self, your inner child. So yeah, and it's all actually about pressure and physics, because I know, when you talk about the moon cycle, and it's all a bit but if we actually just take a back step, and when you see those movies, when you see the sort of the Milky Way or the galaxies, and so you start off by the cameras on the Earth, and then you go back, and so you actually see sort of where we are in the universe, and then you're like, okay, so that big moon up there, when it changes size, it's got to have an effect. It's just physics, and it does. It's all energy, frequency, and physics about pressure. So when the Earth is there and the moon, and it changes like this, or you've got the full one, and then suddenly it's like not there. Suddenly it is. Suddenly there. It's this big pull, push and pull, push and pull. So anyway, going off track, but there we go. It was yesterday, so if you had a lot of emotional issues coming up to the surface, that's okay. You're not on your own. We all felt it. And I felt it the day before. Had a bit of an emotional release. Got very stressed. Got crossed. Felt sorry. Felt sad. Felt really terrible. But it's come up, and then I felt actually all right yesterday, and today I can feel it. So let's have what should we do today? Let's tune into the heart. There's different frequency music that is good for different chakras. This is for the heart, 528 hertz, again, all different frequencies. So let's just start with opening our arms. Let's open up this chest. Deep breath in. Let's bring them up. Breathing in. You can have a little look look up to the sky, keep that back straight. Hold the breath a little bit. Not too much strain. Just feel it in the back of the shoulders. And breathe out. You're holding that breath, just try and keep it right in here today. Just trying to open up the heart chakra. I start to feel a bit lightheaded. I had a bit of a release there, that was good. But that's kind of what we're aiming for, is that bit of a dizziness release. This is when a lot of things get stuck up the spine. A lot of neurons, nervous system. And this breath work ignites the Kundalini energy, which is the neurons in the spine, really, if we think about it like that. So take a deep breath in. Helps awake the brain, pineal gland. Look up and hold. Bring your arms out. Keep this bit here. Try to crunch it up. We're trying to open this up here and open this side. I'm doing these morning tune-ins just on this up to focus really on this upper bit. I'm just trying to help people open up their third eye from the pineal gland, which means opening this area of the body here. This is our throat chakra, all about the truth. If we can all tune into ourselves, we can all internally find our own truth. Finding our own truth will then have a manifestation, a massive manifestation on about the truth about everything in the world. And I feel like there's a lot of confusion, a lot of manipulation, and a lot of stress out there. The best way to handle this is to find peace and calm within the chaos outside. Open up this area here. How to find clarity and how to tap in with our hearts. Take a deep breath. Hold. Pushing this area here. It's a diaphragm. Push. And release. You can have a bit of a flop if you need. Okay, another deep breath. Hold in here. And release. Again, have a bit of a flop. Just give a little bit of a wiggle side to side. Let's just stretch. One hand down to the side. Breathe in. Big breath in through the nose. Stretch. Keep this the side on the floor. Keep it quite loose and just stretching here. This is the gallbladder channel. Stretch right down to the hip. Having this channel open gives us really good direction, and it's the yang energy of the wood element. Gives us, we know where we're going, we've got the wisdom. Very good detoxer. A lot of toxins flying around, a lot of headaches, a lot of non-sleeping, especially over the last few days. Breathe in, stretch the other side. Hold the breath while you stretch, get that pull. And a breath out. Just breathe. You don't have to necessarily follow me, but just breathe in with that intention of getting the stretch, and hold as long as you can, as long as you want to. Don't push your body, and breathe out. When you breathe out, you can give it that little bit more Stretch. We want nice oxygenated cells. Okay, this helps clear toxins, it helps center the body, it helps ground the body. Give your shoulders a little bit of a rub. Get rid of that crunchiness in the back between the shoulder blades. As soon as this area in the back of the neck is nice and open, I don't get stressed with all these bombarded, the news, all these facts and all this like confusing information. All our correct information is in here and in here. So let's have your hands in however you want. Like I've explained before, you can just have them open, just to ask for any messages from, the spirit. Just a sign of offering over yourself to listen. You can have your fingers like this. I'm going to have mine here today because I want to do the heart. This is the pinky for the heart. These are called mudras, different channels, but go with your instinct. Take a deep breath in. Just a bit of holding work today. And when we hold, try not to hold like this. Just hold with so the pressure is to expand the body. And then you imagine all that breath is just building up that pressure inside the organs. And then you release. We're internally washing our organ system. There's 12 internal organs and lots of other things going on in there. Do we ever wash them? Have a think. Wash ourselves every day. Don't really think about how we're washing our internal organs, and every single one of those organs has emotional frequencies and emotions laying dormant inside them, things that we've carried for years and centuries. So let's just move them all up, let them free. This keeps us in a very good state of calm. Get rid of this cortisol from the body, from the overuse of adrenaline, this fear and panic, manipulation, confusion in the news, what's going on, control in our, human rights and behaviour, and we're all feeling these sensations, which causes us to overuse the adrenal glands. We go into fight and flight mode, and you lose your clarity. All right, so this is what I'm doing. These morning tune-ins. Let's tune in together. We need this connection between all of us again. We all have a piece of the puzzle of the truth. We all have it. And we just need to find it. And finding it is finding that peace inside of your soul, that connect to your inner child again, connecting to your soul purpose, connecting to your own truth, learning to be honest with yourself about all your emotions, about your mistakes, about your dark shadows. You have to just bring it all in and love, 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 love. What is it to love? What does it mean? To love is to be truthful, to be honest, and to listen. And if we do all of that, we realise that we're not perfect. We realise you can't have any light without dark. And you realise none of us are all alone, and there's no perfection out there. And all of us have a story to tell. We've just not been allowed to accept these imperfections in our perfection. So just allow all of that stuff, allow yourself back into your heart, allow your true self to come back, and allow that all these stories and all these, maybe these mistakes and things you had were because of different pressures or reasons. I have a true deep belief that there's been a lot of stress in society for a lot of generations, a lot of controlling and mis ways of living. We've been running around, working, making money, to make houses, to buy a new car, and this is now falling apart, and we're realising what makes me true, what makes me a good person, what makes me happy, and it's the calm, it's the peace, creativeness, sharing time with friends and family. It's opening our hearts. The heart is a very creative place to be. Music is the one thing that's actually kept going through all the generations quite strongly, because it's music, it's frequency, and it's self-expression of emotions and pain. So put on a nice song today and open up your heart. It's something that resonates with you. If you love a certain song or lyrics or person, this is because it resonates, because there's some truth in there that sits with you. This is why telling our stories and talking to people about how we feel is exactly what we need right now for your own healing and for other people's healings as well. We've not been able to talk about our emotions, our truth, to express how we feel properly for a very long time. So we've got a little bit of a build-up. So just sit in your heart. You may feel uncomfortable feelings. You may feel some beautiful feelings as well. I tend to talk a lot about emotional blockage because that's the work I do. I help people through my own journey of, and I'm still on it, of getting in touch with very difficult emotions, just being squashed inside, letting them out, telling yourself the truth about feelings in the body. Is a learning process. It's a skill. We haven't been taught it by society at all, have we? So it's not our fault as a human race as well. Let's take a big breath in. Focusing on the third eye. Starting to see a nice purpley colour. As you start to relax, you may see different colours. If you feel aches and pains in the body, that's perfectly normal. I can feel them right now in my hips, in my knees, in my legs. I get a lot around my hips and my shoulders actually. So if you can sit through it, that's fine. If you need to have a little wiggle, that's absolutely fine as well. You can choose to sit and breathe quietly. If you need, sometimes I have to take a few in breaths. It helps move everything for me. It's learning to listen to your own body and your own needs and wants. What you need. This is I'm a guide, because I learned how to listen to my own body, but you don't have to do it exactly my way. I'm trying to help people learn to be in tune with themselves, with this lost spiritual way that we all have. We are all spiritual beings. Spiritual just means emotional being to me. It's just tapping into that emotional, that electricity waves that's underneath our body we don't see. I've just been doing it a lot longer because I had a bit of a breakdown, and I had to find another way to find my calm in the chaos. So anything you need to do, a little moving. Try not to avoid any of those aches and pains. Kind of just keep breathing. When you breathe in, imagine that oxygen that I spoke about, filling up. And when you breathe out, just imagine you're clearing out any toxins. Really scrunch that stomach, breathing out any toxins that lay dormant inside the body. Is often we don't breathe right down here. So we think, when did this area of the body last get any fresh oxygen? You can, after a while, teach yourself to breathe with a full breath continuously, which I've managed to do now after a few years. I still jump here if I'm, running around or stressed or something. So it's possible, that's what I mean. Okay, let's do a couple of heart stretches. Stretching here, the heart channel here, got the lung channel, large intestine. A lot of these organs here comes like this. Stretching these arms out can be quite a challenge, especially for a long time, but just to feel that stretch. Take an in breath with an out breath, really try push that stomach in. You can feel that kind of pull behind the shoulder blades, kind of tightening it up so we open the chest. Take a deep breath in. If you need to relax your hands and then bring them back up, just do so. You might feel some pains in the back of the shoulders. Give it a wiggle, just stick with it. When you breathe in, imagine that breath work going to where that pain is, Okay, bring that down. Just have a little wiggle. You can just sit and feel that sort of lightness coming up to the head. It's like when you open up your eyes after a tune in, we'll call it. See everything a little bit brighter. See these colours, and this is the really relaxed, calm state we should all be in. And you can actually really see everything sort of a bit back. You feel very grounded and at peace with whatever's going on around you. It's an amazing, quick technique. So I'm just doing a couple of ohms. And again, reason for this is just sound vibration. When you make a noise, any noise, you feel it inside your body. So it's a very good way of waking up the energy inside the body, getting some movement in there, which is why singing is always amazing, and it has been for thousands of years, whether it's tribal singing, pop music. It's, one thing that's kept everyone going. Why? Because it's vibrational, it's expression, opens up the heart, especially with a bit of dancing. So for me, singing and dancing is also very meditative. Okay. You can just join in with these arms, make your own art. There's different sounds you can play around with it. I'm just going to try and focus on these areas because my point of this tune-in is just to help us stay awake and see the truth with our own knowledge. So. A bit of a frog in my throat there. That's fine. It's good. It clears it. So yeah, you open your eyes and it all looks a bit brighter. I'm just going to click my screen. There we go. Can't see you. Just check my time. Learning about all these. Okay, so we've got a few more minutes. If you're still there, if you're still with me, just feel a bit of a stretch in the neck. So just sending out a lot of love and abundance vibrations today. The lockdown is maybe loosening up, maybe not, but let's have a think about what we've learned. I'm just moving my leg. What we've learned about being calm. There's like pros and cons to all of it, really. When I speak to people and patients, it's it's quite hard thinking about going back into everything at the speed we were doing. I did some work on Tuesday. I had to go into town to did a lot, and it just threw me. I was, so it's about thinking about what you really want. What have you learned from the crisis? Positive things always come out. You might have found a new way to make money online, or a new way to live, a new communication with the people you're living with. Understanding it's quite nice to be calm and do different hobbies. You might have found you want to totally change and not go back to your job. You might have found extreme stresses in the lockdown and can't wait to get out and about. We might have had emotions that have come up. And if you have found it difficult at home, what the home is a physical symbolism of our heart, actually. So when we find it difficult to stay at home, it's because there's emotions. I used to be a lot like that. Couldn't stay home a lot at the weekend. I'd always have to have plans, and I'd always have to go out and do something. And even though I loved my home, I wasn't really aware of just staying home, unless I had a hangover, actually, and then I could relax. But I used to always need to do an activity. So actually this lockdown might have been quite difficult for you. It might have been quite hard for you to sit and feel emotions. And if that's the case, then have a little think about what is there to process, what is there back there to process. Drop me a line if you need any help, obviously. I only give guidance because I've gone through my own hell. I've gone through my own stress, my own traumas, my own crisis. And I've found a lot of tools and techniques of tapping in and getting in and sort of letting things go and purging and processing unblocked emotions that I hadn't done for a very, very long time. So that's why I'm here, and I'm here doing these videos just to help you. Doesn't mean that I'm any better or any worse or anything. We're all in this together, and we all have a story, and you are worth listening to. So do learn to listen to yourself, with your truth, with your throat and your heart. If your body is telling you anything, if there's any disorders, if there are any palpitations, you're not sleeping, then your body's trying to get you to listen. The body wants you to listen, and that's quite hard sometimes. So anyway, lots of love. Open up the heart, and I will see you Monday. Have a lovely weekend. Okay, bye.